Hello and welcome to another how-to video. My name's Dave, CTO at DVS, proudly sponsored by Seagate, and today we're going to look at the Hikvision Portable PTZ, the DS-MH6171I-S. Bear with me because today I don't feel too well, but I'm sure you'll all have lots of sympathy. So I bought mine as the kit format, but you can buy this in different components. So when you buy the kit, it comes in a lovely flight case, rapid deployment. So we open up the case, that's easier said than done, and the components are, so we've got the battery charger with a battery, so the battery slots into the charger, DIN plug there which will charge the battery, and there's indicator lights on the front. There's two batteries in this kit, one is already in the PTZ which I'll show you in a minute. We've got the cable, as you can see it's a long cable, so we can plug this into the PTZ and we can provide it with a permanent power, and it can sit on the network, and it's also got an RS-232 connection. That's if you want it that way, although it does have Wi-Fi built in and the 3G, 4G capability. So we'll put the lead there. You've got GPS aerial for location details. A safety latch and chain, and we've got here the two power supplies, or there's one power supply, there's another one already plugged in down the bottom there. This is the power supply that charges it, so this plugs in like that into there, and then that into the mains, and that will charge that battery. Put it back in the case, and we've got the PTZ itself. So on the bottom of the PTZ you can see the strong iridium magnets that will stick to a roof of a car or vehicle, van, whatever, very nicely. You've got the handle to carry it if you want. Okay, you've got the GPS aerial connection on the side, and it's got the rubber cap there to keep it nice. You've got two connections there, one for the power and one for, well, they're both power, but they undo waterproof connectors, and they slot in there and they slide on and latch in. You've got the safety chain connector there, and the battery comes out of there, so that's where you put the other battery in. And in the bottom you'll see an SD card slot, so two SD card slots and two 3G, 4G SIM card slots. So this will not only work on Wi-Fi, and there's two modes. As you can make this an access point and connect to it with your phone, so you can view it within range, or you can connect to an incumbent Wi-Fi on the site and then view it on your phone, or you can do it with a 3G, 4G connection. And then we simply connect the battery back in. There is only one way this will go in, and it is that way, and then it clicks in nicely there, and then on the front you've got the power button. Okay, and it's a multicoloured one depending on what's happening with the PTZ. The PTZ is obviously a 360 full tilt up and tilt down, and you can see the IR LEDs that are built into the top of it. This also, so it's supported through HIK-Connect, so we can actually connect this and view it through HIK-Connect, which I'll show you shortly, but it also has the Anpr function. So if you put this onto a vehicle, say a junction of a traffic lights or something, or entrance to a site, as vehicles go through it will detect and store those number plates, and you can have a whitelist, blacklist in there. So I think what we'll do now is actually set this up, so if you give me 2 minutes we will proceed to setting this up. So I'll see you in a tick. Okay, so we've set this up, so I'm going to run through quickly. I'll put my phone down. So GPS aerial is on a magnetic board, that's magnetic itself, connects into the rear connector there. We've got our external rated connector which goes all the way along the floor to a power supply and then into our network, and then our other one stays sealed, and we've got all the lights as normal. That's a magnetic board, and it's held on there very sturdily, as you can see. I have to pry some power on there to get it out. So that's going through a startup now. You can see the light is red, so it's not finished yet. It's going through a self-configuration. And now we should be ready to go in a minute. So what I'm going to do now, guys, is I'll get my laptop, connect it up to the web, we'll web browse into it, show you the functionality, connect it to HIK-Connect, and Bob's your Uncle Fanny's your aunt. Okay, welcome back to the second part of this, where we're going to show you how to set it up. So all I've done now is connected the PTZ, which you can see that way behind me, right by there. That's sitting on that long network cable, connected to the network, and powered permanently. We're not using the battery, although we could. And all I've done is, well, recommended you connect it into the network to at least find it on the SADP tool, activate it with a password of your choosing, and then set the IP address if you want it to sit on the LAN, which is what I've done. So we're going to quickly web browse into this. So if I find my cursor, there we go. So we'll web browse in. Okay, so once we're web browsed in, obviously we've got full PTZ control. Let's bring it back out a bit. And let us bring this down. Let's make that a bit faster. So you'll see the back of me. Hello. And what we'll do is put that up there so you can see the screen. So we've got the full functionality, so we can web browse in. It's got an SD card in there, so if we go into playback, there's already some historic footage in there. There's been in there a while, so I can click play and it'll play back historic footage. This is from when it was recording overnight, and we can keep going back. What we've got also is pictures if we've saved any snapshots, which I haven't done. Then you've got configuration. So we've got give it a device name, so I've called it the DVS Portable PTZ, but you've got the model number and the current firmware version. This is the latest firmware version. I've already had it updated. Normal menus, time and date, and you've got your maintenance, RS-232, RS-45, DST and service. So you've got to enable user lock, etc. Network settings. So for the access platforms, you can have this on IMS 5200 mobile, so that's where you need to put the access platform in. You've got your port information, so you can change them if necessary. I've left them as standard just for the purposes of demonstration. QoS, quality of service. You've got your FTP if you're going to use an FTP server to save the snapshots, or event-driven saving of clips. You got your email, blah blah blah, and you've got your HIK-Connect settings, which we'll add in a minute, and then you've got your cloud storage, which we don't use in the UK. You've got your network connection. Now this is where you've got your LAN. So these are my LAN connections. I've already connected this up, but you can have enabled wired hotspot, so you can enable that. You've got Wi-Fi. So I've already connected this. It's searching now for the different wireless connections. You can see it's searching. It's automatically searching. But so they're all my connections I can connect to. So I've got two different DVSs, a light show and a BT hub. What you can actually do is change the way it works. You can disable it. You can have Wi-Fi or a Wi-Fi hotspot. If you change it to Wi-Fi hotspot, it means that transmits the Wi-Fi, and you can connect to it with your phone to allow you to, with having a direct connection, like an ad hoc connection, without it connecting to a third-party Wi-Fi. So you can do it that way. I've chose to have it connected directly to my Wi-Fi. But you've also got the wired connection. This is my preferred. You've got location settings, so you can enable the GPS, which I have done, and enable synchronization. The aerial is like mounted up there, literally where my finger is there. That's a good point, because it's right by there. You've got your dial settings. These are for your SIM cards. I don't have a SIM card in here, unfortunately. It's something that I'll try and get hold of and add in. But you can enable the module, set it for 2G, 3G, 4G, dial number, username, password, APN, MTU, etc., etc., and the default bearer. We'll disable that and save it. And then underneath there would give you the settings. And it's also got Bluetooth if you want it. You can enable Bluetooth, and you've got that there if you want to connect via Bluetooth. Again, I will turn that off because I don't have anything Bluetooth to connect to it. Video and audio. So it is only a 2 megapixel PTZ, so we've set it as 1080p already. You can adjust that if you want. You've got your standard settings, and it's set to H.265, or you can set it to 264 if you want, and save that. You've got your audio encoding connection, so it's got audio already in it. If video and audio is set, so that's already done. Region of interest if you want to set all that. You've got your PTZ setting, so your park action, schedule task, clear config, etc. So you can enable presets, say part timer after 10 seconds, go to preset 1, and you can save that in there, which I'll show you now. So if we save that as preset 1, save, and if we move that after 10 seconds, that should go back to its default position. You can see it's got 97% battery, so it is charging. There we go, back to its home preset. The battery is charging via the plugged-in connection, so that's good. But we do have 2 batteries in this kit. So back to this, you've got your, so obviously your PTZ settings, you've got your image settings, so all your normal stuff. I'm not going to go through all them because you've seen that loads of times. Security, events. So you've got motion detection, video tampering, alarm input, output, etc. We've got a motion enabled. There's your storage. So we've set it for record schedule onto the SD card already. It's already recording like you've seen. You can put NAS and snapshots. You can have enable timing snapshots if you want. I'll turn that off. But you could put snapshots if it was an event and you want to take snapshots of like a stage or the build of it. That's fine. You can do that. Capture parameters. These are for this, like I said, this supports Anpr, so this is all to do with the capture. I'll have to go and get a number plate in a minute and show you that working. But it's camera 1, position, directional, yeah, bidirectional, that's fine. VCA configuration, so it's traffic, so you can have the VCA mode as traffic or closed. We've already set it up, so there's my plate recognition area. Let's make that a bit bigger, because I'll get a number plate in a minute. Succeeded. Front license plate recognition. Yep, that's fine. So you can set it for front or rear. Yeah, white is front, so that's fine. And you've got the view status there. So it just tells you, click on all these and it tells you different settings. So that's quite good. And you've got, let me just check the VCA configuration. Yep. That's fine. And you've also got the capture for the number plate. So what I'll do now is go and get a number plate. So if you take a quick look at that screen there, you'll see there's a picture of me. I can move around the picture and it'll show you elements of that. But there is me holding said number plate. And you can see some of the other ones. And it's telling you it's a blacklist and where I saved it, and the registration because I put it in a blacklist. If I then open the folder, it shows you the blacklisted vehicles. So this is just testing, but you get the idea. And then it'll show you the normal types, ones that aren't one, but it's obviously capturing stuff because I've just set it up so it's capturing other text as number plates. I'm going to go turn the lights off now, show you some infrared. So you get to see that because it has got the built-in infrared, so just wait for the lights to go out. I've tried to turn anything off possible that's making a light source. So it's in low light now. Hopefully it will go into black and white mode very shortly. There's still quite a lot of light coming through. There we go. It's coming to infrared mode now. There you go, so it's got built-in infrared. It's gone back to day mode already. It's just holding. If we put it into, force it into night mode. The infrareds are working quite nicely. I can see them working on the PTZ. I'm just going to turn the lights back on. Go into that. Back to demo, back to there. Here we are, we're back to there. So that's that. We'll quickly go to the HIK-Connect now. So if I go to configuration to get the serial number, system, serial number is there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. Yeah, copy that. Okay, log into HIK-Connect. Add a device by serial number, search. Here we go. Enabling it always helps. And what we'll do is Q 1111 A B C D 1 2. I'll do that. Go back into it. A B C D 1 2. Add. So yeah, done. Click OK. Device added successfully. So that's added to HIK-Connect now. And what we'll do now is if I open up my phone, open up HIK-Connect. Whoop. You can actually see the PTZ. Okay, so this is the HIK-Connect on my phone here. So we've got that PTZ, we press it, input the verification code, A, B, C, D. There we go. So we've got the live image now because that's connected. And we've got full PTZ. You can put it into HD. There we go, and we've got PTZ control. And pinch control. There we go. And there we have our portable PTZ. Ta-da! Brilliant device, really well made, lots of useful applications. Again, if you need any more information, contact us here at DVS. We'll be able to answer any questions you've got. Keep subscribing. If Jake's done his job, there should be a little subscribe button by there. If not, I'm just going to look like an idiot. Keep sharing, keep commenting, keep sharing the love, and we'll see you next week for another how-to video. Take care, guys.